Hey everyone, happy National Salad Month. That's right, all month long, we're celebrating salads. We are thankful for our brand partners at Eat Smart. They have the best salad kits that make eating salad fun, easy, convenient, and always healthy with their commitment to 100% clean ingredients. You've probably tried their famous sweet kale salad, but my challenge to you all during National Salad Month is to try all the Eat Smart salads available at your local grocer. Welcome to the Produce Moms Podcast, where we believe there is a produce mom in all of us. I'm Lori Taylor, founder and CEO of the Produce Moms. For 10 years, I sold fresh produce to over 300 grocery stores in the U.S. And today, my team and I are fully focused on inspiring people to eat more fruits and vegetables. This show is just one of the ways that we hope to inspire you and your family to eat more produce and live a better life. If you like what you're hearing on the podcast, join our community of almost 40,000 in all 50 states and over 30 countries by visiting theproducemoms.com/subscribe. And be sure to subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes. Thanks for being here. Enjoy today's show. Welcome back, everyone. This is the Produce Moms Podcast. My name is Lori Taylor. I'm the founder of the Produce Moms, and I'm very proud and thankful to be the host of this show. We are so excited about today's guests. It's always inspiring when entrepreneurs and founders meet other entrepreneurs and founders. It's like we've found our spirit animals. And that's how I feel about the two women who are joining us today on the show. We are welcoming Monica Solhotra and Allie Shanholt. These women are the co-founders of Do Anything Foods. I love Do Anything Foods. I don't know if anyone out there is a fan like I am, but it's also going to be a fangirl moment. These products, it's basically super nutrient dense fruits and vegetables that these women have magically put into sauces that you can really just do anything with. Real food for real life is their tagline, and it's my pleasure to welcome Monica and Allie, the co-founders of Do Anything Foods, to the Produce Moms Podcast today.
Thanks, Lori. Thanks. We're so excited to be here.
Thank you. So let's establish the ground rules. When we've got a trio, we have to, Monica, which voice is yours, and Allie, which voice is yours?
This is me, Monica, and I'm Allie.
Great. Okay. So we've got a few questions here and a conversation flow that three of us have discussed. And, we're going to kind of have Monica kick off the show today, and then Allie's going to come in. And there, of course, we might have some, each of them chiming in throughout the conversation. But just for our listeners, that's how we're going to handle the discussion today, and telling the story of Do Anything Foods and how these two female entrepreneurs created a real resource for moms like me and everyone. So love your product. And why don't we start then, Monica? Just tell your story. What is Do Anything Foods? How did you come up with this brilliant product line?
Sure. Do Anything Foods was really kind of created in my kitchen when I first became a mom. I think like many first-time parents who are completely overwhelmed at all of the different new jobs and responsibilities thrown on you when you have kids, food being the one where you're like, wow, I have to feed this child 7 days a week and 3 meals a day, and that's 21 meals and plus snacks. And my husband and I were both working full-time, and I was just really completely overwhelmed, quite frankly. And my job had me traveling a lot, and I was looking for ways that I didn't have to get onto this, mac and cheese and chicken nugget train all the time. Obviously, that's still a go-to in our house every now and then, particularly in these times. But wanted to find a way to feed my daughter at the time real food, fruits and vegetables, things that I would want to eat myself. I didn't want to become a short order cook where we were making a bunch of different things. And so one of the shortcuts I had discovered in all of the other many kind of meal planning, meal prepping strategies I was employing were these veggie-based sauces. So I would often take all the leftover vegetables I'd have at the end of the week. I didn't want them to go to waste. Inevitably, we would not have used those vegetables because I would fill up the fridge on a Sunday and life takes over and you don't always cook them. And so I'd be left on a Friday night with all these unused vegetables, and I would turn them into what became a sauce. So if I had a lot of greens left over, I would make them into a pesto. Or if I had a lot of, say, sweet potato and butternut squash, I would cook them down, add a few spices, maybe a little bit of garlic, and just experiment and turn it into a soup. And what we found, what was happening week after week in our house, is that we would have this kind of sauce, soup, dip, marinade in the fridge, but I could use it the entire week in a number of different ways.
You can do anything with it. Do anything food.
You can do anything with it. Exactly. And so, we would, that same magical kind of sauce dip marinade we would put it on pasta. We would put it as a base for, a stew. I would often use pestos as a marinade. And so it started becoming this go-to in our fridge. And I think that was really the magical shortcut that worked in our home.
Right.
I think at the same time, a lot was happening out in the market. People were trying to get back in the kitchen. You had a lot of meal kits coming out into the market. Blue Apron had just been out. People were really flocking to Instagram and sharing recipes, and other moms, I was sharing with other moms, right, that this is what I'm doing. And a lot of them were like, oh, wow, that's such a great idea. Can you send me your recipe for a cauliflower Alfredo sauce? And I would. And it was really, a lot of great feedback. And I was like, this seems like kind of a right moment in the market where people are trying to get back in the kitchen. People are understanding that in order to eat healthy, that you do need to be able to take simple ingredients in your home and turn them into a meal, but that we all need help doing it. And I think that was really where the idea of Doing Things Foods was born. Our mission is really to kind of bring healthy shortcuts into the kitchen through smart, accessible products. And, this lineup we have right now of our veggie-based sauces is one of many shortcuts that we hope to bring, kind of out into the market.
And they're brilliant. You mentioned what has to be your number one product, which is the cauliflower Alfredo. Is that your number one seller?
Yes, by far. The cauliflower Alfredo and our Kale Pesto, which are the two, kind of vegetables of the moment. Kale had its moment, and now I think cauliflower is sort of surpassing it. But yes, cauliflower Alfredo is definitely our best seller.
And then you also have the Kale Pesto. Let's walk folks through the other three flavors. I mean, in the colors too, every one of these Do Anything Foods. I mean, these sauces are... they're just gorgeous. They add such vibrancy. You mentioned Instagram. I mean, I can only imagine what your product's done for Instagram food photography.
Thank you. For sure, they're super colorful, but also I think that was one of the things I had learned early on as a parent, that to get them to eat, you need to have kind of vibrancy. They do like flavor when they see it, and when they see the color with the flavor, they're more inclined to eat it. So the cauliflower and the kale, yes, are two best sellers. We also have our butternut squash sauce, which again is another wonderful creamy sauce, a great substitute for wherever you would use a cream sauce. We do a lot of butternut squash mac and cheese, but Allie has made this great soup with our butternut squash soup, and she adds a little red curry paste into it. And so you can use it in a lot of different ways. We have our tomato veggie sauce, which actually is more vegetables than tomato, but, use it as a substitute for pasta sauce, but it's also great as a base for a lot of other ingredients. So it's full of zucchini and leeks and carrots and butternut squash.
Makes a great pizza sauce for anyone listening. I've used it as a pizza sauce. It's wonderful.
Amazing. And then our last one, which was kind of a wild card, flavor when we first developed it, was our Beet Pesto. So I, traditionally I've never been a huge fan of beets, but obviously beets have so many great, wonderful nutrients and just a lot of health benefits. And so I was trying to find a way to incorporate them into our diet. And so we came up with this Beet Pesto, which actually it is not, it's more savory than it is sweet. And it's got garlic and lemon, and it's got pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. And it's, you can use it in place of a traditional green pesto, put it on pasta, on a pizza, a sandwich, and it works wonderfully. But for all the people out there that often say to us, oh, I'm not sure about beets, when they try our beet pesto, I think we've been pretty successful in turning them to beet.
And hey, it's so important to get people, we want people to try fruits and vegetables. And sometimes it takes creative applications like what you've developed here at Do Anything Foods. The beet pesto it's delicious. It doesn't taste the same as biting into a cooked beet. But it's,
right.
You definitely can taste the beet. It's just so, the culinary combinations and all these sauces are spot on. And the vibrant purple color of that beet pesto is great. So I love your story. I mean, the first time I spoke with you both, I mean, we were actually planning on getting together at Expo West, which, like all the trade shows, has been canceled. So it's been really good for me to get to know you both. Your product certainly resonates with me as someone who is fruit and vegetable passionate, along with all of our listeners here today. So Allie, I think we'll go ahead and kind of swing the mic your way now. We've talked about the flavors. We've talked about the story and kind of what inspired you all to get the Do Anything Foods product line started. Let's talk a little bit more granular about these ingredients. I mean, you really have developed a product that even the most particular consumer is going to love, and anyone who is passionate about eating, foods as close to, raw as possible, but needs the shortcut like what you've developed here. I mean, you've checked all the boxes. So let's talk about what's in your product, or maybe more importantly, what's not in your product.
Yeah, definitely. So, when Monica and I were in the process of bringing this product to market, we were pretty steadfast in our belief that convenience and delicious flavor does not mean that you have to take shortcuts in terms of ingredients. And I will tell you that there were countless people who told us in the food industry there's no way that you can actually make the product that you're trying to make at scale. We were told no way more frequently than we were told yes. But I'm very proud of the way that we kind of stuck to our guns, and we decided this is going to be an organic, non-GMO product. We are only going to use the highest quality ingredients. It's going to be a fresh and perishable product. And that means that the things that we were saying no to were things like preservatives, filler ingredients, emulsifiers. We decided not to, heat treat the product. And so, most shelf stable sauces that you buy have been cooked at a very high temperature for a very long time. And, our feeling on that is that, that not only degrades flavor, but it also degrades the nutritional profile of these beautiful fresh vegetables. We were really thoughtful about the oils that we were using. So instead of using, kind of the pro-inflammatory canola type oils, we are only using organic extra virgin olive oil. In our pestos, we're using seeds instead of nuts so that the products are school safe. So you can pack them in a lunchbox and not be worried about triggering an allergy of, a classmate of yours. And when it came to selecting the vegetables, our experience as passionate home cooks has always been, especially for these super simple recipes, right? The quality of your ingredients are what make it shine. And so we have been very, very careful in selecting the way that we're sourcing our vegetables, the way that we are minimally processing them, and then, getting them to market.
Yeah. No, it's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. And it's definitely one of it's like the flagship identity of what you've created is
absolutely
it really comes down to such careful consideration of each and every ingredient in these sauces. So share a little inspiration now, Allie. How do you use your product?
I mean, as we've already kind of stated, they're the Do Anything sauce. And, I keep them in the fridge so that when I come home on a Wednesday night and I'm like, I have no idea what to cook, I'm so spent, I don't want to like deal with this, I can pull out whatever I have in my pantry and put them together. So in my household, that often looks something like a grain bowl. So, I'll quick cook some quinoa, or I'll have some leftover rice. I'll have some protein, some, chicken or tofu or something cooked in my fridge. I'll probably have some greens or other vegetables. I put them all in a bowl, put some sauce on it, and boom, you've got a meal. And so, like we're pretty big fans of like the no recipe in my home. But
Right.
things that we've done that are super delicious with our sauces. I mean, the beet pesto, not that I like feel like I can choose favorites, but that is certainly one that's consumed a lot in our house. That one is incredible, like on a pizza with, like goat cheese and arugula, or it's amazing on like a veggie burger with sprouts and avocado. The beet pesto has this like incredible, like sweet, savory umami thing going on that works in a lot of different applications. The tomato vegetable sauce also gets a lot of use in our house, whether it's just like a straight tomato soup or as a base for like a stew or a curry. I've been actually putting like basil and anchovies in it and using it as a pizza sauce recently.
Yum.
It's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
is the most popular one with the kids cauliflower Alfredo, or do they have another favorite? Yeah. I mean, it's by far the one that my kids eat the most. But I'm inspired too by what we said at the top of the show, using the creamy butternut squash and mac and cheese. I could see that working really well.
Yes, it does. It works really well. And, even if you want a even quicker shortcut is using it in a boxed mac and cheese. And then, because I find boxed mac and cheeses are often very dry, you can just add it in there and they won't know the difference at all.
Right.
So, that's an even quicker shortcut than going mac and cheese from scratch.
Right. No, great tips. So, I mean, I'm obviously a big fan. I think anyone who's still, who's on the show listening with us today, you got to try it. I love this product line. You can buy it direct from their website, doanythingfoods.com. Learn more about the product and, the way that they, all the different things that this company stands for. These two women. I mean, one of their taglines that you see right at the top of their shop is the do anything sauces are a seriously simple way to bring everyone to the table. From listening to the Produce Moms podcast, that sings to my soul, because I just so believe that food is culture, and what happens around the kitchen table is those are the best moments in life, So this is a great brand that's got great values, both in their food and in their purpose. And, I'm really just thrilled to help them spread the word and reach more folks about their good products. But Monica and Allie, any closing thoughts, any other places where people can go to find your product that you want to call out? I mean, it's always been a direct from your website experience for me. So.
Right. We are actually sold in stores on the East Coast and the West Coast primarily. We started out here in the Northeast, and you can find us at Wegmans, on Fresh Direct, many independent natural food stores all along the East Coast. We will be launching with a number of other retailers in the region over the coming months. And on the West Coast, you can find us in Portland, in Oregon at New Seasons. And then also we have just launched with Whole Foods all across Northern California and Nevada. So we are definitely in stores along the coast. And then also a number of, as I said, health food stores across the country. And we are always trying to expand. So if people try us out and they love us, please go and tell your local grocery store and, kind of drop a note and say, hey, I love these products. I'd love to have them carried here. And so we can get them out to everyone.
Yeah, it's really, the consumer voice is very powerful. and bringing new products into grocery retail. We actually have a blog on the producemoms.com on that really helps everyone understand how to request products at your grocery store. Mm-hmm. So you can just search for that on our website. And we even have an infographic that shows all the major retailers throughout the entire United States, and with links to their social media feed, their online consumer product inquiry form or request form, the phone number if you would prefer to call them, the email if you want to email your request. We've got you covered. So look for that blog for this product or any product that you would like to request at grocery retail. Well, this has been a great show. I mean, I can't thank you both enough for being on the show. We do have a tradition where we let our guests, kind of say the final goodbye and any closing thoughts that you might have. So I want to thank you both, Monica and Allie. It's been great to get to know you. Us female founders, we've got to stick together and support one another. And you both have really inspired me, and I look forward to ongoing collaboration and support with the two of you. And and obviously bringing your product into my home kitchen on a regular basis as well. I feel very connected to you both. But please sign off from the show today. Share any closing thoughts you have. Monica, we'll start with you, and then Allie, you get the last goodbye.
Yes, no, great. Thank you so much, Lori, for having us. I'm so glad we had this chance to kind of spread the word. We're a new brand. We're growing. We've only been around for, less than 2 years. And so, we're on this journey to get people cooking healthier, but on an everyday basis. And we're here to bring those shortcuts. So if you love our products, please, follow us on Instagram for inspiration, kind of request our products. We're growing every day. And I guess, we can't do that without our consumers.
I would echo everything Monica said. Lori, thank you so much. This has been a real thrill. It's always amazing to find like-minded entrepreneurs who share our passion for fresh and delicious foods. And, I'd love to offer your listeners a discount on their first purchase on our website, if that would be interesting to you.
Oh, of course. Yes.
So we'll set up a discount code. It'll be ProduceMoms15, and any listeners of this podcast can get $15 off their first order on our website.
Wonderful. ProduceMom15. We'll make sure we include it in the show notes and the graphics too for everyone. So thank you. So kind.
Of course. This has been fabulous. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Produce Moms Podcast. If you or someone you know would like to be a featured guest, just send an email to lori@theproducemoms.com. We know there is a produce mom in you because there's a produce mom in all of us. Join our community on Facebook and all social platforms. Help us change the way America eats. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.